What if one decision, made in anger, could change the entire direction of your life? What if 6 months of distance could teach you what 6 years of togetherness never could? Welcome back to the channel. If you love real-life emotional stories that teach powerful life lessons about relationships, human psychology, and personal growth, make sure you subscribe right now, turn on notifications, and be part of this thoughtful community. Today's story is not about blame. It is not about who was right or wrong. It is about realization. It is about ego. And it is about understanding what truly matters in life. Let's begin. The courtroom was silent. A woman stood firmly before a magistrate, insisting she wanted to separate from her husband. Her voice carried determination, but beneath it, there was something else: hurt, frustration, pride. Across the room stood her husband, nervous, sweating, afraid. The lawyers from both sides argued intensely. Accusations, explanations, justifications, all flying across the room like arrows. The magistrate listened carefully. After hearing everything, she leaned back and held her head. The situation was emotionally heavy. She even took a headache tablet before preparing to deliver her decision. Before announcing the verdict, she looked directly at the woman and asked gently, "Do you want some time to reconsider your decision?" The woman glanced at her lawyer and slowly shook her head no. The magistrate paused. Then she said, "You have 6 months. During this time, you may live with your husband or stay at your parents' home. The next hearing will be after 6 months." The courtroom fell silent. It was not a divorce. It was not a reunion. It was time. And sometimes time is the most powerful judge. When she arrived at her parents' house, she was welcomed warmly. No questions, no accusations, only comfort. For the first few weeks, she felt relieved, free, independent. She visited her sister, stayed with her aunt, went out with friends, traveled to different places. Life felt lighter. 2, 3 months passed, and then slowly the atmosphere began to change. Her mother started asking carefully, "Beta, how many days are left until the next court date? What have you decided?" Her brother and sister-in-law began whispering. Her nephews innocently asked, "When will Auntie go back to her home?" That sentence hit harder than any argument. Her father said nothing, but his silent worry spoke louder than words. And gradually, she began to feel something she never expected to feel, like a guest in her own home. The comfort started fading. The respect started feeling conditional. Outside, neighbors stared. People whispered. Some even suggested, maybe there's something wrong with her. It wasn't open humiliation, but it was quite social pressure, and that pressure became unbearable. She remembered something important. Marriage is not perfect. Arguments happen. Ego clashes happen. Mistakes happen. But partnership is built through patience. She realized something deeper. Leaving is easy. Staying and fixing things is hard. She began to reflect. Was separation truly the solution, or was it anger speaking that day in court? For 3 months, she lived in silence, not because she had no voice, but because she was thinking, growing, understanding, and slowly her perspective changed. One day, her family contacted her husband. They said, "She has realized things. Please come and take her." The husband hesitated. "It has only been 3 months. What if the fights start again?" There was doubt in his voice and fear. But this time, the woman spoke, calmly. "Forgive me. I reacted emotionally. I understand that relationships require patience. I want to work on us." There was no pride in her voice now, only sincerity. The husband looked at her, not as an opponent, but as a partner. And he came to take her home. Not because one was superior, not because one was weaker, but because both were willing to try again. And sometimes that's all a marriage needs. This story is not about saying a woman must stay. It is not about saying a man is always right. It is about something deeper. It is about understanding that temporary anger should not make permanent decisions. It is about realizing that ego can destroy what love built. It is about knowing that time creates clarity. The magistrate did not force a reunion. She gave them space. And in that space, wisdom was born. Sometimes separation does not end relationships. It reveals their value. If this story made you think, if it touched your heart, if it reminded you of something in your own life, then please like this video, share it with someone who might need this message. Comment below, what is your opinion? Should time always be given before big decisions? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more real-life emotional stories that teach powerful life lessons about relationships, human psychology, and personal growth. Because sometimes the stories we hear today can save our tomorrow. Thank you for watching. See you in the next story.